Hey, so I know I said last time that it was going to be the last episode of Audio Smut, but I also said that you never know, because you don't. And this isn't going to be a full-fledged episode. It's just a little peek into what we're up to right now. Kissing.
It takes me a moment to work up the nerve.
I think there's nothing like the first time you French kissed. It's electric.
I'm a fan of the soft start. You know, the kissing, just kissing each other's lips.
Without touching the body, there was just more passion and more desire created. What we called necking then, which was...
It sends a wave right through your whole body.
Do you ever wonder if it's true what they say? You know, I found myself wondering that after the last episode. Can a kiss be kind of like a barometer?
Like a barometer for what? What do you mean? What do you mean? Sorry.
It's okay. Well, Samara. This is Samara, you guys.
Hi.
Well, I guess a barometer is something that takes the air pressure or something. It measures humidity. So, whatever. Let's just leave that aside. But what I mean is, like, when you kiss someone, that it reveals something about what's going on between you two in a bigger way.
You mean like it's like a diagnostic tool of the relationship overall?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I see that. Because in the moment,
Samara.
you might be feeling...
She's a realist. She likes Liza Minnelli. She comes from a really big New York family, like 1 million cousins, and they're all in each other's business and stuff. Makes sense that when we started this investigation of kissing, the first person she went to was her grandma.
All right, from the very beginning,
What is your name?
Helen Brieger.
Say my name is Helen Brieger.
Helen Haas Brieger.
Say my name is
My name is Helen Haas Brieger.
Uh-huh.
My grandma Helen and I are close. Not like cookies at Christmas and $5 and a birthday card close, where what happened to your ex, you make radio about what? Kind of close. The only thing we don't talk about is the end of her 30-year marriage to my grandfather. Before I convinced her to talk, Helen hadn't spoken in detail about her divorce in decades.
He never done it before. Am I blue? Am I blue?
I married Edward Brieger. We met at a resort that was actually designed for people meeting one another. I was at that time 23. He was out of the service and he was 28, almost 29. We met on the volleyball courts. I was a good athlete and I had a good figure, and he was immediately attracted, and right after the game asked me to go on the lake with him for a row, and I did that.
Do you remember the first time you two kissed?
Yes, it was that very evening. It was first just a good night kiss. We walked back to the bunks together, and it was a light peck on the lips.
Do you remember him being a good kisser?
He was not a good kisser.
What do you mean by that?
He had not had a real girlfriend before. I, on the other hand, went steady a lot of times. I had my first boyfriend at 15, another one at 16, and therefore I loved to sit in the car and neck. Neck meaning, at first, just kisses. As I got to college and progressed and got more mature, necking became feeling one another's genitals. He felt my breasts, I felt his genital.
Oh my God. Okay.
You wanted the truth.
I know. I wanted the truth. Okay. So
You don't want to put that in?
no, I'll probably.
But it's the truth.
I know it's the truth, and I'm gonna edit it, so maybe it'll be in and maybe it won't. But I want you to know that you're gonna say stuff, and a bunch of people are gonna listen. So
They don't know who it is. I don't think. They're not going to come out to Forest Hills to meet me because yeah.
I know.
Well, the wedding kiss was perfunctory. In other words, after you had the ceremony, everybody is sitting there waiting for the glass to be smashed and the big kiss. And so, you did that. Did you have much feeling about it? Not on the altar, I don't think. That was part of the show. But later that evening, we were in our hotel room, and for the first time, we were going to have sex, and so the kissing became more prolonged and more caring.
And was the sex on the wedding night good?
Fair.
Did Ed become a better kisser?
Not really.
I'm telling you.
How long did the marriage last?
The marriage lasted for 30 years.
And why did it end?
It ended because he was unfaithful. My husband found somebody that he wanted to marry. There had been a whole series. When he became serious with the lady that he later married, he became much more involved about his personal hygiene. He bought 3 or 4 different kinds of mouthwash, used them early in the morning when he was going off supposedly to work, used them later at night when he had to make a very important business call. We were much less intimate with one another. There was much less real conversation. There was much less physical contact. I certainly knew that my marriage was over.
You're wondering why to these hills in his eyes, telling you.
My mother died on the same day that my husband and I separated. And that was a great trauma to me.
Was a time, or was his only?
The very last kiss that I shared with my ex-husband was at the bar mitzvah of our grandson, which was almost 7 years ago. He was there with a nurse attending him in a wheelchair with a smile on his face that never left, which to me meant that he didn't know one person from another, and his smile was the way of saying hello and goodbye to all the people who had been his relatives, and that would probably be the last time. When I came over, he tried to stand up, which he could not do, but he did pull me down to him, and a big smile came on his face, and a big hug and a kiss to go with it. And he said my name. That was the very last time that there was any recognition from Ed Brieger to Helen Brieger.
Got up this morning, along about dawn. Without a warning, I found he was gone. Why should he do it? How could he do it? He never done it before. Am I blue? Am I blue? Ain't these tears in these eyes telling you?
This episode was produced by Samara Brieger and me, Caitlin Prest, with help from Ashley Ann Krigbaum. Some updates for you, Audio Smut listener. There are a bunch of stories just like this one, but shorter, 3 minutes or less, and they live on our Tumblr, audiosmut.tumblr.com, we're getting a whole bunch of different kiss stories from different people, one of whom is the famous Buck Angel. We're really excited about that one. We've been receiving a lot of alarmed and heartbroken emails pertaining to the last episode of Audio Smut. And there are two things that I have to say about that. The first thing is that something you should know about me is that I can be a little bit dramatic. The second thing is that you don't have to worry. There's no need for alarm. If you're curious about what we're up to, you should check out the Tumblr. There's clues and updates there. Or you could just wait until November. The next thing is going to arrive right here in your podcast feed. And I'll tell you, it's still going to be a radio show. And it's going to be largely the same, but different. So, that's that. If you have a kissing story, you should submit it to our Kissin'. The details for that are also on the Tumblr, so you should go there. Okay, that's it. May you have many makeouts in your near future.
No one feels like I do. Boo, 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 boo. Each friend with my man done fell through. Was a time I was his only one, but now
Now, a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. Have you ever thought about trying therapy? Talking to an impartial third party can be a really big help. Sometimes when problems feel so overwhelming, they can help you see things from a different perspective. When you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can help get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/heart today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/heart.
Radiotopia. From